Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries run-through of Dynasty Warriors 8, and in this episode we'll be playing with Han Dang as we attempt to set up our weapons and sell off the additional weapons that we got throughout the run, just for some additional cash that we won't be spending. Hey, Zhu Shang. Zhu Shang is actually Zhu Shang and Ma Zhang are important strategists / side characters for an upcoming battle, not so much in this one. Zhu Ran is a very important strategist for an upcoming battle, which is why he finally got a goddamn character model. He's been needing a character model since Dynasty Warriors 5, and he finally, as of Dynasty Warriors 8, got one.
Man, it's so funny when you meet like the equivalent of a character you've met previously in another game. He's like, you look so different. Did you change your hair around or something?
Well, Zhu Ran is effectively everyone's favorite archetypal Japanese super archer, so he just doesn't get a plotline revolving around it. Alright, so Han Dang, his moveset is kinda wonky, because he has a much larger melee weapon than most other officers. Well, anyone with a sword specifically. He's actually okay at mounted combat, but what he really wants to do is shuffle around his short pike into ranged attacks, and he's able to do it quite well. But it's a bit wonkier than what it's supposed to be. He's got great cloud clearing potential, but almost no dueling skills.
Oh yeah, in a duel he will lose against like I would say 8 out of 10 opponents would be faster than him in combat.
Yeah.
And in the duel situation, speed is very important. In situations like this, where everybody just politely gives you a grace period, if you will, to let you initiate your attack, that's cool. In a situation where you're fighting a health bar with a name, not so much. There's a health bar with a name.
No, well, rather not maybe a health bar with a name, but a health bar with a character model.
No, I mean, these guys are health bars with character models too. It's just they all
no. These are character models that are pretending to have health bars. There's a difference.
Oh, right, because they always die in like 2 swings anyway. I see.
1 or 2, depending on what level you are in the power of your weapon. It's one of the big things that I really dislike about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Because Age of Calamity makes it so that even the grunts the grunts, even on normal mode rather, have enough health and damage to be really problematic without food buffs. And even with food buffs, the bosses in Age of Calamity tend to take a bit too long. And since every map is determined by the bosses inside the map, well, it makes a couple of the maps, specifically towards almost the end of the game, nigh impossible. At least at the level that you're supposed to be.
The level you're supposed to be, which means that you'll be over-leveled by the time you would get there with the intention of knowingly completing it.
Oh, you will certainly be over-leveled by the time you get there in the story, especially if you're doing any of the side content. But being over-leveled isn't going to help you there, because leveling isn't actually what matters in Age of Calamity specifically. What matters in Age of Calamity is the power base of your weapon, and building your weapons takes a long goddamn time in Age of Calamity. But this is not Age of Calamity. This is a game where the weapon system you get to mostly ignore until post-game, where it becomes incredibly important to build the best weapon you can for Chaos mode. But aside from that, you know, you can just play through how you want.
What? It continues to shock me that really there's another difficulty after the one because I unlocked it. It's so cool. So now you can apply all your lessons.
Well, you can attempt to apply all your lessons is the thing. It's very difficult to apply all the lessons that you're supposed to have learned with all of the characters, because a majority of the lessons that you learn with one character usually don't transfer over to other characters. Take for example Zhou Tai. The biggest lesson that you'll learn with Zhou Tai is spamming jump attack is significantly faster than riding around on either the horse or walking. but he's pretty much the only character in the game that has access to that. It makes it a very unique playstyle, certainly. But if you want to spec into him, it's pretty much the only thing. It's very limiting. It has very limited applications applying to other officers.
Well, you can learn how the enemies react to what you're doing.
Not really, because enemies only react whilst you're actually in combat range. Jotai spends a majority of his travel time outside of combat range.
Damn, that was a hell of a combo. And pretty fast too.
Only because we're in such a tight space. You know, pitting up enemy officers against walls is a very easy way to drain their health to 0. But yeah, Jing Province is honestly a really quick map to play through. It's one of the maps that I would actually recommend if you want to do specific character farming, like for Fa Zhang or Guan Ping's signature weapons. That you should probably go here for it, simply because it's a really quick goddamn map. All of Guan Yu's kids rather show up here, so it's pretty easy to show off. Or attempt to farm, rather, all of their signature weapons. Here we're showing off what happens when we actually use the Musou Rage for the first time. So what's going on is the fact is once you use your Musou Rage, which is the far left bar, you can hit your Musou button in order to start an extended Musou combo. And by doing this extended Musou combo, you effectively get a traveling multi-hit combo that goes until your Musou bar runs out. It is relatively powerful. It's got a lot of interesting bonuses onto it. I think you've got some pretty significant damage resistance that only matters on the higher difficulties. And every character has their own unique Musou Rage stance. Han Dang's is relatively basic, but he actually gets to throw his pike at people, so it works for him.
Lu Su's not feeling well.
Yeah.
I think this guy's about to have an even worse day.
Nope, Guan Yu survives this.
You are true rock and rollers, but be warned. We will be back to claim the throne of the metal.
Actually, they're not even leaving.
Regardless of the intent of Master Liu Bei,
Damn it, Lu Su.
I have discretion in such matters.
very well. Further fighting between us will benefit only Cao Cao. I must have you vow two things.
One, never touch my
First,
stuff. Second,
you will respect the alliance
never,
between Wu and
ever
Shu.
touch my
Second,
stuff.
that you will use the land of Jing Province to oppose Cao Cao.
Very well. I swear on my honor.
Guan Yu will do neither of these things, god damn it.
Then let us both withdraw our troops from this battle.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of green and red. You may appreciate this, Mr. Gerda, that like the appearances of the colors green and red in conjunction usually occur at very specific moments. Usually with something that the story creators are trying to get you to forget or to appreciate instead what a non-colorized like this situation would bring on.
Of course not.
Come. We have preparations to make. It can't be long before Cao Cao starts moving again. Lu Meng.
Yes.
Your instinct to kill Guan Yu was not necessarily wrong.
I know, right?
But you also need to learn to pull back when necessary and manipulate your enemies.
But we just formed an alliance with Guan Yu.
Too guileless.
I see.
Although your honesty has made you who you are. Learn all you can every day. Support the future of Wu.
Yeah, Lusu's dead now.
Yes. Surpass me. And even, one day, Master Zhou Yu.
Master Lusu, I fear your meaning.
Finally! I've been itching for a good fight.